Yep. Good morning, everyone. So, last session we discussed about functions in JavaScript. So, we are learning about JavaScript functions. All operators I told you. What was the last concept we discussed? Arrays. Arrays example we saw with arrays. Array example we learned about how to add, remove. Array manipulation, one example we learned. So in this application, we created a simple logic how to deal with arrays. So in this example, we learned about how to manipulate the arrays. Adding elements into array, presenting the elements, these things we done. In this example, what are the concepts we designed is, we can add any item into array. We can sort the elements in the array, sort ascending, sort descending. We can remove items, we can manage other operations on the items. Actually, in array manipulation, we discussed about array methods. So what are the methods for adding? We have push, unshift, and a splice. Splice, these are the methods. What are the methods for removing? We have pop, we have shift, another one again splice. For sorting, we learned about sort, another one reverse. These are the options we learned. We can implement all these in one simple example. Let's create one example here. See. So we will take a new page. So we will add here array manipulations. Array manipulations HTML. In this array manipulations, we have a page. Let's link bootstrap. Title I will give as array. Link relation href. Node modules. Bootstrap. Dist CSS. Bootstrap.cs. Okay. And here I will put a class container fluid. We'll keep a div class w50. Okay. And here we are adding a div margin top as 4. We will keep a simple label. So we have input type is equal to text and a button add. Class btn primary. We will make this as input group. Okay, so it will display like this. For this, we will give a text box also, class form control that makes the text box here. Okay. And this is suppose 25. That's fine. Here we will give a placeholder, add new city. That is the placeholder we are giving. And below this, we will keep another div and a class margin top 4. And we have a select with size as some 3, and a class form select. This makes a list box. It will become a list box here. So we have a list box, and we have text box and add button. And below this, we will keep a div class margin top 4 and button here, class btn danger, span class bi trash, and here we will put remove city. So we have to link bootstrap icons also. Let's link relation style sheet href node modules bootstrap icons font icons dot css. Okay, now we have another button class btn and btn some danger or info, and here span class bi and bi trash fill, and here we will keep clear all. These are the buttons we are having: remove city and clear all. So we have new city and cities list. I will put a label there, and cities list. In a div, we will keep this, and it will have class form label and form weight bold. That is cities list we are having. Now below this, one more div we will add here, class margin top 3, and here we will keep a label. This label is empty. Later we will display some content there. So what we should do now is, for this text box, we will give an ID txt city. Okay, for drop down, we will give an ID LST cities. For label, I will give an ID LBL count. So now what should happen here is, user must enter a new city and click on add. That city must be added into this list. In that list, user must able to select any city and remove. When user clicks remove, that city will be removed. Or when user clicks clear, all cities will be removed. We want to implement that functionality here. Let's see how we can do. First, we will add some cities. We will create a script type as text JavaScript, And in this script, we will define a simple logic here. That is, first we will create arrays. Cities is an array. In that, we will put some cities, Delhi and Hyderabad. Okay. These cities must be loaded into this drop down. How to load array into a drop down already I explained that we have to do here. So first we will write a function called load cities. What this function have to do, it should load all the cities into list box. So for or we learned cities dot map. Map uses a callback function. It will read every city. After reading every city, for every city we have to create an option. That means where option is equal to document dot create element. Which one? Option. Option dot text is city. Option dot value, that is also city. This option must be added into list box. Document dot get element by id lst cities dot append child. Which one? Option. Okay. Before adding, it should clean all the cities if already they are present. Then document dot get element by id lst cities dot inner html empty. This is nothing but if already there are any cities, they will be first deleted and it will add new cities. Because generally what happens when you add a city, what it will do is it will add the list again newly. That means the new list is added to existing list. Complete new list should not add to existing list. Only the new item should be added. So that is the reason first we need to delete all the cities. For that inner HTML empty. Then load the cities. Okay. This is loading cities. Not only that, we want how many cities are there, count, and display here. In this label we want to display. So what to do? Document dot get element by id lbl count. lbl count inner html is equal to, we need to display here total number of cities. How many? We can get that by using cities dot length. Length is going to return total number of cities. How many are there? Okay. Now when these cities should load? First time when page loads, we want to load all the cities. So we will write here body on load. That is body load. Let's write a function body load. On body load, we have to call the function. What is it? Load cities. Then you can see the cities are loaded and the count is defined here. The cities are loaded and the count is here. So it is displaying the count here. How many cities are there? 2 cities are there. Total number of cities is 2. So now user can enter a city name and user can click on add. When user enters city name and clicks on add, this city must be added into cities list. That means we need to add a new element into array. For that, what are the methods we are having? Push, unshift, another one splice. We want to add as last item. Then which one we can use? Push. By using push we can do. So we have to write logic for add click. This add button, on click, add click. So we are writing a function here, function add click. On add click, what we have to do is we need to get the city name. Document dot get element by ID txt city dot value means whatever they entered in text box. This city must be added into cities array. So cities dot push city name. It should be pushed into that city. After that, we want to delete the value from text box. Document get element by ID txt city dot value is equal to empty. And after that, we need to load the cities, the new list. Then load cities must be called. Load cities will load the new cities. Now we are entering the city name. So Chennai, and click on add. Then you can see that city is added. And count is updated here. Count is how much? The count is 3. I am adding another city, some Bangalore, and click on add. That is added. Now it is 4. So we can add the cities from the list. Now we can try a lot of logic. Suppose if I add Hyderabad and click on add, then what it will do is it will add again. If already that city is added, it should not add again. How? How to verify whether that city already there or not? In array, how to verify whether a value present or not? In string also we learned that. In string, how to verify whether a character present or not? In a string, how to check whether a character present or not? Similarly, in an array, how to check whether a value present or not? For that, we have a function called index of. What is the purpose of index of? Index of will return the index number of the item that we are searching. If that item not found, what it will return? -1. That means how to verify whether this city present or not? By using which option? Index of. So here before we push, we will write a logic. If cities dot index of city name is equal to -1, that means that city is not present. -1 means that city name we are adding is not present. If it is not present, then add the new city. Then push the new city and load. Else, if it is not -1 means it is present. If it is present, we will put an alert saying that. So here we will get the city name exists. This message we will give, city name exists. So that is how we need to manage. So that means we are saying that city exists, right? That city exists. Now let's run this and see. Here I will refresh. I am adding the city Hyderabad and add, then it says city exists. It is not going to add. Suppose I given some new name, Chennai, and click on add, then it is added. Here we can verify and we can check whether that city available or not. How do we do that? By using, so by using index of will verify whether that particular value present or not. If it is present, it will return the index number. If not present, it will return -1, right? Yeah. Next important here is we have to implement this remove city. What remove city should do is it should remove the selected city. That means which value they selected in the drop down, that must be removed. Then how to remove any value from array? We can use pop, but pop is going to remove last item. We can use unshift. Shift is used for first item. Any specific item, splice, we can use splice. So first we need to get the index number of which city they selected, and from that index number we have to remove one city. So what we have to do, let's go to remove city button. Here we will write on click, remove click. Okay. Here we will write a function, remove click. First, we need to get var city name document dot get element by id. This is not normal city name. It is actually selected city. How to get the selected city? Document dot get element by id lst cities dot value. LST cities dot value, it is going to return the selected cities. Okay. Selected city, it will return. But we need to know its index number. So we will declare selected index. How to get the index number? So we have to use cities dot index of selected city. It will return the index number of that city. From that index number, we need to remove one city. Then cities dot splice from selected index. How many to remove? One. That is the delete count. How many to remove? That's it. If you want, before removing, you can ask, are you sure you want to remove? Yes, no. For that, what we can do here, before this splice, what we will do, we will write a flag, var flag. Flag is nothing but confirm. Flag is just a variable name. You can give any name. Confirm is nothing but, are you sure? So /n means next line. So want to delete the city name, selected city. This message we will give. Are you sure you want to delete? What confirm will do? Confirm will return true or false. If a flag is equal to true, then remove. After removing, load cities. Load the new cities list. Otherwise, don't do anything, right? There is no else. If there is true, then only it will delete. Otherwise, it will not do anything. So see now, we are adding a city, some Chennai, and add. I selected Hyderabad and click remove city. It says, are you sure want to delete Hyderabad? I will say cancel. Then it is not deleted. I click on remove city. Are you sure you want to delete Hyderabad? So, okay. then automatically it is removed and count is updated. We can remove only which one we want. Just you select the first one and remove city. Are you sure you want to delete? Okay, that's removed. Now what should clear all should do? Clear all should delete all, right? So delete all means what? So here on click. So clear click. Okay. What we will do here, we will write a function and this function will have clear click. On clear click, what we need to do, we have to just get cities. Cities dot length is equal to 0. That means what will happen? All the cities will be deleted. Then we can have load cities. We can load the cities. And you see now I click on clear all, it will be 0. All cities are removed at a time. Here also, if you want, you can put a confirmation, right? So we can add the cities. So Delhi, add, that is added. So like Mumbai, add, that is added. So Hyderabad, add, we are adding. We are removing any particular city. Delete, that is removed. If you want, you can add sorting also. Sorting I explained in previous example. In previous example, we learned how do we sort. Extra you can add them here. Let's do that. Suppose above this, I will add another div. So we will put a class margin top 2, margin bottom 2. Here we will put a button as a span class bi sort alpha down. So class btn and btn suppose success. Similarly, another button that is sort alpha up, sort alpha down, sort alpha up, and it will be like this. And when user clicks this button, ascending order, this button descending order. We can do that in a simple way. How to do that? So we need to write this now for this button. On click, sort ASC. For this button on click, what is it is? Sort DSC function. Okay, let's write the function here. We will write the function here. Sort ASC. What should happen? Just cities dot sort. Cities dot sort. After that, what? Load cities. Function sort DSC. What should happen? Cities dot sort. After that, cities dot reverse. After that, load cities. This should happen. Now you can see the cities are there. Bangalore, add, and some Chennai, add. Now we are clicking here. This is the cities list. I am clicking sort ascending. It will be ascending order. B, C, D. I click on sort descending. It will be in descending order. It will display ascending and descending. This is the simple technique of sorting. How we can sort, how we can manage. Right? So this is the concept of working with arrays. But remember, currently we are working with simple data. Later we will have complex data that we will see how to use the complex data now, right? So we have an array of numbers or array of string, simply manipulating those arrays and working with them. So this is the example I will copy this entire example. I will copy this example here. This is example for array manipulations. Right? This is one concept of non-primitive types. In the non-primitive types, we have number, string, boolean, null, undefined, and symbol. Those comes under primitive. In non-primitive types, arrays. First, we have seen arrays. What is the purpose of array? Reducing overhead and reducing the complexity. And to how to create array, how to allocate memory for array, how to store data in array, how to read data from array, how to add new items, how to remove items, how to sort items. These are all the concepts, right? Now, next we will see the next important data type, that is object, right? So next, in the JavaScript, non-primitive types, we have to learn about object type. We need to know about object type. So the array type and object type. So what is the concept of this object type and how this works? For example, see, we will create one simple interface. Let's add object.html, right? Here I am creating some details, script where TV is equal to Samsung TV, where mobile is equal to some Realme mobile. Okay, where price is equal to some number. Like this we define. Now the question here is where stock is equal to available. Now the question here is, this price and stock belongs to whom? Is it for TV or is it for mobile? We have some data. In that we have name, price, and stock. Now the question is, the price and stock belongs to whom? Is it belonging to TV or is it belonging to mobile? There is no relation between these details. The data don't have a relation. So it is difficult to understand to which product that price and stock belong to. So that is the reason actually LNK introduced the concept of object, into computer programming, in early 1960s. In early 1960s, object purpose is to keep all related data and logic together. to keep all related data and logic together. The main purpose of object is to keep all related data and logic together. Sometimes in computer programming, when we talk about object, then majority of people think object belongs to class. It belongs to OOP concept. But before the OOP concept started, we have object concept. Means object is not derived from OOP concepts. Object is already there before OOP concepts were there. Because currently any programmers, any programming learning people, if you ask this question, what is object? Then they will tell that object belongs to class. But actually object concept is there before the concept of class, before the concept of OOPs. So what is the purpose of object? To keep all related data and logic together. How? What it can do is actually it maintains a key and value collection. It maintains a key and value collection. So here key can be, a key must be a string type, and value can be any type. Key must be string type and value can be any type. So technically, the main purpose of object is to keep all the related data and logic at one place. For example, how we define an object is syntax. We have var, some reference name, obj name, object name is equal to all the related data and logic is kept in a curly brace, in a block. We need to keep everything in a block. In this, we will have a key. Key must be always string type, colon. We have to use value. Value can be any type. That means this value can be number, it can be string, it can be Boolean, it can be array, or it can be object, anything. It can be any type. And a comma, we can put another key and another value. Like this, we can add multiple keys and values. Remember here, object may contain both data and logic. So its purpose is to keep all related data and logic together. We can keep all the related data and logic together. If only data is present, that means no logic. Actually, data is defined using property type, property, and logic is defined using function. Logic is defined by using function. And very important, if object contains only data without logic, then it is referred as JSON. We call it as JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. That is the data. So if it contains only data without any logic, then it is referred as JSON. We call it as JSON. JSON means JavaScript object notation. JavaScript object notation. So JavaScript object notation is a format used for data. How data is presented? Data is presented in two formats actually. On internet, data will be in two formats. One is XML, another one is JSON. That means, for example, I will tell you one small situation. Generally, what happens in the real-time projects, we usually have data. Suppose we usually have data in a database. We have data in a database. Database softwares like we have Oracle, like MySQL or MongoDB, like this we will have. This data is presented to us. This data is presented to the user interface. In which format that data is present is, they put in XML or it will be in JSON. The data is transported in this format. It is converted and it is presented in the format of XML and JSON. Why only these two formats? Why only these two formats? Because the data in XML and JSON format, this data is cross-platform. Cross-platform. Cross-platform means it can reach any operating system. And that means you can use the data any device. You can use the data any platform. Any platform. And this data is not infected with the virus. The data is not infected with the virus. Generally on internet, data is infected with the virus, but if data is in JSON or it is in XML, it is not infected with virus. And it cannot be blocked. It cannot be blocked. We cannot block the data. Data cannot be blocked. They can flow through the firewalls and it can be available to anybody. So data comes in which format? XML or in JSON. Few years back, we used to use a lot of XML, but now we are not using much XML. Everything is done in which format? JSON format only. Data comes in the format of JSON. And how to create that? Let's see. Actually, how that is created. See. Now, how to keep related data at one place? Here, the data is not having any relationship. All are independent. Name, price, stock, all are independent. Then we can write like this. See. Where TV is an object. Then object should contain all its content in a curly brace. All the content must be in a curly brace. It is a key value collection. Key must be what type? String type. So the key we given as, suppose, name. What should be the value? Value can be any type, string, number, anything. I will give some Samsung TV. Okay, comma, next. Next one, price, colon, some price. Now this price belongs to whom? TV. That price belongs to TV only now. That means the name and the price. Price belongs to TV. Okay, next what? Suppose stock. This stock can have true or false. Now this stock belongs to same TV. After that, so we will give cities. Cities is an array. In a object, you can store any kind of data. Array. It can be shipped to Delhi. It can be shipped to Hyderabad, like that cities. After that, we have rating. Rating. How the rating can be defined? Rating is again a object. Object means in curly brace. Rating is an object. In this object, again we have rate. Rate how much? 4.2. Comma. We have count. Count how much? Some 445,000. Like this we are defined. This is object. And actually here there is no logic. Only data is present. In an object, there can be logic also that I will show later. But now it is having only data. And all this data belongs to whom? All this data belongs to only one object. Who is that object? TV. That means all data have a relation now. Keep all the related data at one place. This is called JSON. We call this JSON. Now, how to read? You can read the data by using key. That means this is the data. So you can read data. You can read any value from object with reference of key. With reference of key. There are two techniques. What we can do is object name dot key. Or we can also use object name of key. Like this we can do. There are two techniques of reading data. One is the object name dot key. Another one is object of key. That will return the value under that reference. Actually, this is the new technique of reading data from an object. Based on its property, we can read. This is available from ES6 version onwards. From JavaScript ES6 version onwards, you can do this. We can read with reference of key. For example, print the details. So if I want to print the details, I am writing document.write. I am writing name. I want to get the name. How to get the name? TV dot name. That is one concept. Another next line. I want to print the price. How to print the price? TV of price. So that means I am writing that price. Like this we are accessing. But important, this is actually TV of price. It is a string type. Which property it is? Which property? Price. Like this we are defining. Keys are always string type. Now you can see it is going to present only the name and price. Currently we are printing only name and price. We are printing only name and price. Let's say colon. It is going to print both name and price. Suppose I want its rating. So I want to print the rating in the next line rating. How? TV dot rating. Rating is an object. In that object again two properties are there. What are those? Rate and count. I will use rate dot rate. Then it is going to print the rating and display. And how many people rated it? in the bracket here, how many people rated TV dot rating dot count, and it will get the rating count and it will display. That is how we can access. Suppose I want to access the cities. Then in the next line, shipped to. Shipped to which cities? We have TV dot cities. Cities is an array. Then you know array we can use toString or we can use join. ToString will separate with comma. Right now it will print there shipped to Delhi and Hyderabad. So we can keep all related data at one place and we can easily access and use it. This is JSON, and actually you can update the data. For example, I want to update the price. You can assign any value into keys. That means you can assign values into any key. So you can assign a new value into any key, a new value into any property using key reference. Using key reference. That means what you do, object name dot key is equal to, we can put some value, we can assign some value. Actually, first what we are doing, first we are initializing. After initializing, if we want, we can assign the value. We can assign the value that you can do by using this object. For example, see now, here we are having price 45,000 and we are printing. Before printing, I can access TV dot price. TV dot price is equal to, I can put some price 53,000 and automatically you can see that will be updated here. The price is updated here. We initialize with some value. Later, if we want, we can change. We can assign a new value into that. How to assign a new city? How to add a new city into this shipped? How to add a new city? TV dot cities. Cities is an array. Then dot what? Push. Push, we add new city into that. That means now a new city is added into that list. Right? We can deal like an array. Every property name is string type. Its value can be any type. I want to print the stock. Then what you can do in the next line, stock. How to get the stock? So simply TV dot stock. But TV dot stock will return true or false now. We can write a simple logic like this. In a parenthesis, if it is equal to true, question mark. Question mark means on true, what should happen? So here we will put available. Colon, what should happen? Out of stock. And if it is true, it will display available. Otherwise, it will show out of stock. That is called ternary operator. I already showed you in toggling. Na? We discussed toggle. In toggle, I showed you this simple approach of ternary operator. This is object. This is called as JSON. Actually, every information is present in the format of JSON. Any data on internet, whatever data you are watching, shopping related or movies related, anything in a website, the data comes in the format of JSON. Our responsibility is collect this data and present it in a clean format so that user can easily understand. I will show one small point here. See, suppose we are developing a website. Suppose we are developing a website for a college, school, or somebody. And for that, some science related topics are there, some space, science, technology. So we are developing one application. We are developing a website which is related to space. For that, we need some data related to space. Means photos of space, Mars photos, Earth photos, like that. Who will give us on Google? If you search, you will get lot of photos, but many are fake. Why many are fake? Because nobody went to Mars and took photos. Only people like NASA are present there. Then what NASA people do? NASA people say that if you are a software developer and you want to build applications related to space and science technology, whatever data you need, we provide you data for free. You can use our data and create applications and educate the world about space and technology. Now the question, how they provide data? See, NASA people have a website called, this is api.nasa.gov. This is NASA official website. This is NASA official APIs website. What is the meaning of APIs? Application Programming Interface. API. What is the purpose of API? Is convert the data into a format which is understandable to any device, any operating system. So API purpose is programming interface. Its purpose is to convert the data in a format which is understandable to developers. And that format is in which form? XML or JSON. You see, they clearly tell here. They clearly say that. So the objective of this site is to make NASA data, including all image and everything, to application developers, app developers, making all the data available to app developers. Now, what app developers can do is they can use the data. Let's see how they provide. You go to browse APIs. When we go to browse APIs, so many APIs are present here. Space weather database, Earth database, Mars rover photos database. You select, suppose I am selecting Mars rover photos. Here I am clicking on this link. This is the link which is having data. When I click on this link, see how data comes to us. It will be like this. Data comes in this format. And you can easily understand that now. You can see in which format data is present. What is this format? This is an object, na? In that object, we have a key. What is the key? Photos. This photos is what type? What type? Array. Array of what? Objects. Every object contains again sub-objects. It's very huge data. In this data, they will have everything. Our responsibility as a developer is to present this in a user understandable format. We have to collect this data and present this data in a easy understandable format of user. You observe carefully now. I will copy this URL and I will paste this URL. You can see actually that URL belongs to the Mars photo. They provide these kind of photos, videos, and everything. Now, what we have to do, we have to present it. We need to present this data in a format so that user can easily understand. Remember, here hundreds of photos are there, lots of data. And very important is this data contains pictures, videos, general string number contents. We have to present them, not only present all taken by front camera, back camera, or drone camera. They can filter. Suppose they want all photos taken by a rover whose name is Curiosity, then they can filter. Such implementation we have to do as a developer. So a few years back, this data comes in XML. But now recently everybody is presenting data in which format? JSON. How to collect the data and how to present this data, that we will learn now. We will see how to handle that. But what is JSON, you should know. How data is presented, you should know. Right? Now, I think by seeing this concept, you can tell this one. Suppose I will open Flipkart. In this Flipkart, okay, in this Flipkart, let's select some mobiles. Okay. In this mobiles, some Realme mobile, something. Okay. Now, this is TV. So we will select some mobiles. Okay. Now, here, for one mobile, some lot of data is present. Can you tell me how to present this in a JSON form? Actually, this data is coming in JSON. Can you tell the JSON format of this data? Let's try to create the JSON format of this data. We will try to create the JSON format of this data. Let's try to create JSON format of this data. Okay, in this there is title, there is title, there is price, and there are features, right? Now, I hope majority of you people can tell. So how we can present first one? It is an object, right? Object. In that, what is the name? Title or name. What is the title? Realme, what C30, am I right? And other details. Okay, come on. Next, what? Price. Price is what? 6499. That is the price. Comma. Next, what? We have features, na? Features. Suppose features. Features. So many features are there. There must be so many features are present in unordered list. Na? That means it is an array. It is array. In that first feature, second feature, third feature. Understood? All features are written like an array. Array of what type? Array of string. After that, you have rating. Just now I showed you rating. Na? In rating is what type? Rating is again object. Rating is again object type. In this object, what details we have? In this object, again, we have rate. Rate is how much? 4.1. It is having like reviews, ratings, so many. All these can be defined like this. This is the data behind this concept. The data will be in this format. The data is in this format. Actually, data will be in that format. They are presenting like this. Even photo will be like a path. I will show you. Let's see. For example, here, let me copy these features temporarily. I will copy these features. Okay. Fine. Let's see here how we can present the data. Let's go to a page. It is the script. Here we have var mobile. Mobile is an object. Okay, what is the mobile title? Title is what? Realme C30, right? So, and it is having some details. What else? Bamboo green 32 GB. Like this, it is having. Green. So 32 GB. Like this, it is having. That is title. Okay. Next, what? Price. In that price, what? In the price, we have some 6,499. Like this. Next, what? So suppose we are having features. Features is what? Array. In that array, we need lot of features. Every feature, I will keep it as a string type. This is one feature. Understood? Okay. And this is second feature. Okay. And this is the third feature. Every feature is a string type. So that is the fourth feature. Okay. This is a string array actually. That is a string array. Okay. This is the string array. That is the string array. This is array. Array of string. Now, what I want to do here, actually, it can have a photo also. Photo. I think we have some photos in which folder? // public / images / realme what jpg something. If we have that, we can put it, right? We will see. Now, this need to be presented. This is the data. That means how we can present the data. Document.write here. We need to print the photo. As of now, I am presenting normal. Later, we will present in a format, right? Now, how to present? Suppose I want to print a heading. In this heading, I want its title. Then here we need to access. What we need to access here? So title. Title from which object? Object is what? Mobile. So mobile dot what? Title. Mobile title we need to access. That is the top. After that, I want its photo. IMG. IMG SRC. SRC is coming from, what is the image SRC? SRC is coming from where? So it is coming from mobile. Mobile dot what? Photo. So width I will give some 200 and height I give as 300 like that. Okay, that is the image. Okay, after that I will put a break. I will put here. So these features, Suppose I want to print the price. So price also we can print in a heading style. In a heading style, what we have to do, we need to access mobile. Mobile dot what? Price. Mobile dot price. Okay. Next, in the next line, we don't need BR now because heading itself will give a break. We need to access here what we need to do. Features, how to access mobile dot features dot map. Map uses a callback function. It will read every item. Okay, every item must be displayed as list item. Every item must be displayed as list item. So what we have to do here, we need to create a list item. In this list item, we need to put every item inside that. We are reading everything and displaying. This is the presentation. So we are trying to present that data here. Let's try to present the data now. I will run this and it should able to present the data in this way. That is the data it is going to present. Oh, what is happening? Features, it is mapping, or it is photo is not there. Title is coming, price also coming. Price is how much? Ampersand hash 8377 semicolon. Images, let's check. In public images, do we have Realme? I think we have M1, M2 like that. That means here it is M1.jpg, M2.jpg. Then it should get that photo and display. Am I right? And what about next one? Features. Features.map. It is reading every item and every item is printed here. Actually, this map have to print. Document.write itself is printing. I will do one thing. Because document.write itself is printing. Actually, here it should use again document.write. In that it should print all these details. But that is not good idea. As of now, it looks okay. So it is going to print those items here, features. I'm using document.write means it will print on a top level. Later we can put anywhere we want, at the bottom or corner, anywhere we can print the details and display, right? Actually, what we should do is this logic we need to present separately. Let's remove that and delete this all. Up to this, it is going to print all the details. Below, what we will do, we will use the map and we have to print that. So it uses a callback function like this. This is going to print all items as what? List items below. Then it will be fine. Actually, we can keep right side, left side. Presentation our wish. So whatever data we see in a shopping site or any website, the data all comes in which format? JSON. So we keep the data in JSON format. We access the data from JSON and we display the data. The data comes in that format, right? Later, we will see complex data. As of now, I just showed you a simple data, how we can present, right? This is example for presenting the data. This is another example. JSON data, a simple example here. So we have array and we have an object. In that object, keep all the related data. But remember, object can contain logic also. Object can contain logic. Here, that is the key point. Usually, object comprises of logic defined using function. Object members are accessed inside object by using this keyword. These two are very important, especially when we are learning about object. It contains logic also. And object members are accessed inside object by using this keyword. By using this keyword, we can access the members. So the members are accessed inside object by using this keyword. Let's see how we can access by using this keyword, right? One simple point I will show you. Actually, let's keep another simple point. Suppose we have a script in this var. Suppose TV is an object. It contains name. Name is Samsung TV. It have price as 56,000. And it have quantity. Quantity is 2. And we have total. This total have to return quantity into price. Total should return quantity into price. Then here I will use a function. Total is a function. What this function have to return? It should return quantity into price. How to access quantity? The properties inside object are accessed by using this dot quantity into this dot price. The object related members are accessed outside object by using key. But inside means object and key. Inside object, they are accessed by using this keyword. Similarly, I will have another function, print. Print is a function. What this print function have to do? Print all the details. Then document.write, we will print the details like name. Name is equal to this dot name. Because we are accessing not outside, we are accessing inside. Currently, this is the object now. That is the object end. Where we are accessing these members inside that object. Then we have to use which keyword? This. So in the next line, price is equal to what it is? This dot price. In the next line, suppose quantity is equal to this dot quantity. In the next line, total is equal to this dot total. Total is a function. And remember, if you want these details to enter manually, then you can remove that. And you can simply ask here prompt. And you can ask enter product name. Here we need parse int or parse float, because it is a decimal. Parse float and prompt, we will say enter product price. Like this we can define. And here parse int, what it is? Prompt. And here we will say enter quantity. Like this we can do. Now finally we have to print all the details now. How to print the details? Just tv.print. It is going to print all details. Observe carefully now. We initialized. That means when I run this product name some Nike casuals, that is the name. product price 4,246. Quantity is 3. Then it will print all the details. And you know already we can use round method na, math dot round. So we can round to the nearest number instead of printing the large number. Already we know that if anything is there. We can add this. We can reuse the object. So product name Samsung TV and product price 56,000 and quantity 2. It will display that. Now, is it JSON now? This is not JSON because JSON can contain only data, no logic. If it is not having data, if it is having data and logic, then it is called object, general object. But if it is having both data and logic, so then it is object only data, then it is called JSON. That means it is called as JSON only when it contains data. If logic is present, then we don't call it as JSON because JSON don't have logic. JSON can have only data. JSON is a format used for data, not for logic. But object can contain both data as well as logic. So this is how we deal with objects, deal with the object. Now, once you know object, now you need to learn how to consume the object and present. That means we have to try using APIs. Which API? I showed you NASA. We will try that NASA API here. How to bring the data from NASA API, how to present the NASA API data, we will see that. If we can present such APIs, then it is easy for designing applications. How to work with APIs in JavaScript is a very big concept. So that's what we are going to learn in next session. Tomorrow we will do that. First, you need to practice all this arrays manipulation and objects. Then tomorrow onwards, very complex things will come. We have to work with real-time data and we will see how to work with the data. That will continue in tomorrow's session. Okay, right.